Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum, everyone. Uh, so our group would like to present the presentation Eco 1043 from class DIA 2A, and our mentor is Madam Rohida. So we go to the next slide. So I would like to introduce our group member. First, this is Amirul Akasha. Hi, say hi.
Hi.
And Ikmal, say hi, Ikmal.
Hi.
And the last one is Farid
Hi.
and myself. So next, okay. So we look at this. At question 1, the question is gas price peaked in 2018. However, there was no measurable decrease in the number of gallons of gas purchased per household until 2020. Identify two reasons the demand for gas is so inelastic. So the answer is because people must go to work, drop off and pick up their kids at school, and other obligation regardless of the price of food. Consumer demand for gas relatively inelastic in the short form. Sorry. Instead of driving, one might utilize public transportation, but that depends on it being offered. Using cars that run on alternative energy, like electricity, is another solution that might be used. Regardless of price, it's whether they are up or down, people choose to purchase the same amount of necessities or interior items, such as gasoline. Sorry. So we look at the graph. P1 is the new price and P1 is old price and the P2 is the new price. So the price in USD and the quantity is units. So the graph is demand curve of inelastic. So we go to the next question. During the era of high price, consumer begin to demand electric vehicles that do not require gas. Will the increase in the availability of electric cars make the demand for gas more elastic or more inelastic? Explain. Because electric automobiles can replace gas cars, the availability of these vehicles will expand, resulting in a more elastic demand for gasoline. The consumer may decide to switch to buying electric vehicles even if petrol price increase, because they are more ecologically friendly. Electric vehicles are more practical. Electric vehicles don't burn fuel. Sorry. Hence, there are not any pollutants or exhaust gases. Driving an electric car can help contribute to a cleaner environment because fossil fuel powered vehicles significantly contribute to the buildup of dangerous gases in the atmosphere. We consumers can at least prevent pollution from harming the ecosystem. So we look at the graph. PX2 is the new price, same like the question 1, and the PX1 is the old price. So the price we using the USD and the quantity in unit. So the graph is demand curve. So that's all from me, and I pass to the my member, next member. So, bye bye. I'm Farid Hidayat.
Hi, I am Farid Hidayat. So I'm gonna continue with question 3. So do you think the supply of electric vehicle is relatively elastic or relatively inelastic? Explain. I think there are two ways the supply of electric cars can be. When the supply of electric vehicle increase as a result of a price increase, the first condition can be rather elastic, such as an increase in the cost due to a spike in the price of lithium, which is to make electric batteries. So we can look at the graph. P1 is a old price and the P2 is a new price, and the price is using USD dollar. So quantity in units, Q1 all quantity, Q2 new quantity, and this is the supply curve of elastic. Okay, we can continue. Although the supply of electric vehicle can be inelastic, which means that if the price of an item or service change, but the supply does not, a scarcity will result. For instance, even when the country's exchange rate lower the cost of importing electric vehicle, the demand from the public is still not met. As a result, the supply of electric vehicle in elastic if production is constrained by resource availability. So we can look at the graph. Um, PY is the old price and the P2 is the new price of USD, and the quantity in unit Q1 is old quantity and Q2 is a new quantity, and this is the supply curve of elastic. So continue with the next question, number 4. Identify one good you believe will likely have a positive cross price elasticity with cost. What does this imply about the relationship between these two goods? Public transportation is one good that I think is likely to have an advantageous cross price elasticity with vehicle. Because of the high price of cars nowadays, individual will instead use another service that serve the same objective. Buses and light rail transit, which LRT, are example of replacement goods since the demand of one good rises as the price of automobile does, making them more in demand. If a person doesn't have access to a car, they can still go to work or school and escape traffic jams by taking public transportation. To point out, using public transportation instead of a car to do your normal duties is more beneficial and affordable. As a result, the need for public transportation system in every state of the union will grow in the future since they can meet the needs of the consumers, demand for goods and service to fulfill all of their want. So this is the graph of positive cross elasticity. PSY is the new price, and it's all price, and the PS2 is the new price. And the quantity QX1 is the old and the QX2 is the new. Okay. So I would like to pass the next question my next team member. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ikuman. I'm gonna continue with question 5. As we look at the question, we are using this method to solve this question, and we get the answer is 3.36. And then we also use the same method and get the final answer is 3.56. That's all for me. I'm gonna pass for the next member. Hi. So we continue with this section. So price that we choose is $29,493 to $25,939 because it's elastic. Cause a bigger percentage change in supplier. As price increase 1%, the quantity of demanded for goods as will decrease by 3.56% and vice versa. So we look at to the graph. When the price increase, quantity is increase also. So we get the graph is the demand curve of elastic, and using price in USD and quantity in units. So that's all for me. I will pass to the our next member to other section with other section. So bye.
Hello, my name is Amir Kasha. So I'm gonna present the last question for this assignment, which is question 6.
Okay.
Suppose income increased by 10% and that gasoline consumption increased by 20%. Calculate the income electricity of demand coefficient for gasoline and identify if it a normal good or a inferior good. Okay, as you can see, there's a table here. That is a percentage change in consumer income is 10% and percentage change in quantity of gasoline consumption is 20%. So this is the formula. Formula is the percentage change in quantity demand of good is X divided by percentage change in consumer income Y. So it will be that 20 divided by 10. So we can draw that conclusion that is a demand for gasoline is normally good, given that it's useful for everyone who drive a car on daily basis. So I'm gonna go to the conclusion. So conclusion, we can say that we confident that this assignment has improved our knowledge of the subject of price electricity. Additionally, this topic demonstrates how the idea of price electricity play a significant role in the movement of the market structure in our everyday economy, which is the reason why price for items we need every day, like gas and electricity. Consumer like us who give back to the community in which we live will demand more quantity the more the price is reduced. To better comprehend the motivation behind each action that take place in daily life, it's important for us to urge others to learn about and receive a comprehensive explanation of this subject. So, thank you to thank you everyone. So our presentation is over today. Just like the story of our meeting which used to be closed has now become strained due to the presence of the third person. So I think that's all for me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.